Have you ever played the game of telephone? You whisper a message to the person next to you, they pass it on, and by the time it reaches the end of the line, the original meaning is completely lost. Before 2017, older artificial intelligence models processed human language the exact same way. These systems, called recurrent neural networks, had to read text strictly in order, one single word at a time. This creates a major traffic jam. The computer is forced to completely finish reading the current word before it is allowed to even look at the next one. And because the system is reading word by word, its memory of the beginning of a long paragraph naturally fades by the time it reaches the final period. The longer the text, the more it forgets. Treating language as a rigid, step-by-step sequence meant these older models struggled to understand broad context. They simply couldn't hold on to enough information at once to make sense of long, complex ideas. To solve this, researchers built a new architecture that abandoned the step-by-step reading process entirely. Instead, this new system looks at an entire body of text exactly the same time. Think of a detective's evidence board. The computer takes every word in a paragraph and pins them onto a giant board at once. To fix the lost order, positional encoding attaches a numbered sticky note to each word, remembering where it came from. With these numbered tags in place, the AI knows the exact grammar and structure of the sentence, even though it's looking at everything out of order. By pinning everything to the board simultaneously and using those numbered markers, this new model completely bypassed the old traffic jam. It processes massive amounts of text in parallel, using the full speed of modern computer chips. To see how words relate, the AI uses self-attention to draw connections between every word. Take the sentence, "The animal didn't cross the street because it was too tired." What is it? The system instantly draws a thick connection directly between it and animal. But human language is messy. Understanding sarcasm, tone, and complex grammar requires looking at the evidence from multiple angles. So the system duplicates the board for a team of specialized detectives, all working simultaneously. This is multi-head attention. One detective might spend their time only mapping the connections between action verbs and subjects. Another detective might focus entirely on linking descriptive adjectives to determine the emotional tone of the paragraph. After analyzing the text from all these different angles, the system merges all those separate layers back together into one deeply nuanced map of the text. This attention mechanism allows the AI to instantly map how words thousands of positions apart influence one another. It ensures that the meaning of the very first sentence remains clear, even as the system reaches the end of a long page. This entire process of pinning words and drawing connections makes up the first half of this architecture, called the encoder. The encoder's only job is to build and finalize that fully connected evidence board. Once it finishes mapping all the relationships, it compresses that web into a single, dense block of context. Then comes the handoff. That finalized block of context slides over to the second half of the system, a completely separate team known as the decoder. The decoder is the writer. Its job is to take all that carefully mapped context and generate your final result, whether for a translation, a summary, or a chatbot. It writes new text one word at a time. But as it chooses each word, it pulses back to the encoder's massive map, checking its work to ensure the sentence aligns perfectly with the overarching meaning. When you type a prompt into ChatGPT and get an instant, coherent response, you are watching this exact context mapping process happen in real time. By trading the slow game of telephone for a system that maps relationships all at once, this architecture provided the speed and memory required to build the AI tools we use today.